everyone, it's Emily with Hearty Soul. Welcome back to the channel. This week we're talking everything popcorn. We love growing popcorn around here just as much as we love snacking on the stuff. And last year we experimented with a ton of different kinds and varieties of popcorn. And today I'm going to show you how each one of these pops up and a little bit about each different kind of popcorn. So we start out growing popcorn. It's just a direct seed kind of thing. We had a little bit of an accident where some of the kids were eating popcorn out near our outdoor movie one night, and they accidentally dropped a few kernels in along the driveway and our sidewalk going outside. So what do you suppose would happen the next year? Those seeds germinated and grew little popcorn stalks all along the edge of our driveway. And as much as it was kind of an accident, it was sort of really super sweet, and it was really convenient because at the end of the season we could pick those little cobs of popcorn off. The kids had a whole lot of fun shucking them. I'm going to show you, this is our popcorn sheller or a shucker, and it's just a metal little tool that we use to put over top of the cobs, and it helps remove the kernels so that we can put them in jars like this. We have a couple different ways of making our popcorn here at our house. We'll either use a brown paper bag, like a little lunch bag. In the microwave, we just place the kernels in the brown bag, roll it up, and then place it on its side in the microwave for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 2 minutes and 45 seconds. You kind of want to watch the microwave as it's going. You'll notice that eventually the kernels stop popping, and that's when you know it's time to stop the microwave. Open it up and you've got a beautiful bag of amazing popcorn. Now from that point you can add whatever you like. We prefer butter, you could add chocolate, you could add so many different things, cheeses and flavorings. You go wild with what you want to put on your popcorn. And that is one of our kids' favorite way to prepare popcorn, is in these little bags, because then they can each choose their type of popcorn that they want to make, and they have their own little bag to sit in front of a movie or at the table with a snack. And then they can also individually add whatever kind of toppings or additional things they wanted to add to their popcorn. If we're making popcorn for the entire family or a big batch, we'll usually make it in our Dutch oven over here. So I'll heat my Dutch oven up and I'll place a little bit of butter in the bottom or olive oil, and then get that nice and hot. I'll add my popcorn, place the cover on top, and immediately you'll start to hear the popping happening. And you'll want to just watch it so that, again, when the popping starts to stop, that means your popcorn is done. You don't want to go too long or you could potentially burn the popcorn, which some people really like burnt popcorn. So I'm going to start out with the first one of 8 different varieties of popcorn that we have here today to show you. And this is the rainbow popcorn, and you can just see it's really beautiful. I'll let the camera focus. Really beautiful, multicolored. And just know that the popcorn on the outside is not going to be the same color as the hull on the inside, and you'll be able to see the difference when we get it all popped up. So when we're making popcorn at home, I'll usually use about a cup and a half to 2 cups of popcorn in my Dutch oven. And again, I've got some olive oil right here, and my Dutch oven is on medium high, and it's starting to get hot, and I can hear the olive oil kind of sizzle. And that's when I know I'm going to start putting my lid on. If you're working with about a cup to 2 cups of kernels, it's going to be quite explosive. So you're going to want to make sure that you have your lid on. I'm going to let that go, and pretty soon here we're going to hear the popping of the popcorn. So that's why you keep the lid on, but I just wanted you to see them inside. We usually end up with popcorn all over the kitchen. It's kind of like confetti. But there is nothing like homemade popcorn. So even after I've turned off my oven, the kernels are still popping because they're hot. And we may have one jump out at us. Okay, so from here you can see, I'm gonna let you see inside. I've got popcorn all over my counter. So here's how it turned out. And you can see that you can still see some of the color, the darkness of some of the colored kernels, but the outsides, of course, are not red and blue and purple. And so we're going to put all of these 8 varieties of popcorns up against each other. And my family is going to do a taste test and decide which variety of popcorn is our favorite and which we're going to grow this next season. There's literally nothing like homemade hot popcorn. And what tastes even better is knowing that we grew it here on our farm. Back in the day, I had no idea that there was such a big variation in different kinds of popcorn, but we've come to love just a few very good varieties, and I love that we could experiment with growing all of these different kinds of popcorns so that we could experiment and figure out which one we really liked and which one we can grow again next year, produce that a lot more, and then take it to our farmers market this year. So we've popped up a whole variety of 8 different kinds of popping corn to show you a little bit about each one and what our favorite ones are. Now the kids will vote, and you can kind of tell by the jars what their votes have been. We really love the baby white popcorn. It's small, and actually the ladyfinger and the baby white popcorn are considered to be hull-less, which means you don't have the hulls getting stuck in your teeth. And that's a lovely thing. Other people really like the big popcorn, so the snappy corn has a really big kernel. Other people really like the way that the inside of the dark blue kernel look. So there's a whole plethora of different ones. First, we've got the rainbow popcorn, and you can see the hulls are a little bit colored on the inside. Super wonderful. And then ladyfinger popcorn. As you can see, this has been a household favorite, as the jar is a little bit lowered. This is considered to be a hull-less popcorn, and that just means that it's such a small seed that you don't get a very big hull stuck in your teeth, which is really nice, and a lot of people really like that kind of popcorn. Then we've got snappy popcorn, a lot more rounded, as you can see, and a bigger popcorn. We've got just a standard yellow popcorn. We've got the mushroom popcorn, which again is a little bit more rounded. And then we've got just an average white popcorn here. And then our baby white popcorn. This is one that we grew last year, and you can see it's a household favorite. This is also a hull-less because the hull is a lot smaller, and as you can see, the hull is very little or minimal compared to something like this mushroom popcorn, and you will get things like this big piece of hull stuck in your teeth, which a lot of people don't mind, and other people are concerned about it. So that's just the difference in some of these popcorns. And then the last one we have is the blue kernel popcorn. This blue popcorn to me is a bit sweeter. I love adding fun new things to our popcorn from the garden, like we made a fresh pesto one year and mixed that with our popcorn. There's just really unlimited ways to use popcorn, and so many different things that we've tried over the past few years, and I thought I would put all of our favorite popcorn recipes all in one spot, and I want to create a popcorn recipe ebook. When we have big group gatherings or events here on the farm, we like to do the yellow popcorn just because it pops up so nice and big and it fills our popcorn bags really well. And I love adding different conventional seasonings to popcorn because it's such a simple and easy healthy snack that why not dress it up and make it something fancy. So we've made bars from it. We've combined a whole bunch of different seasonings. My personal favorite is butter and black pepper, but I've also used cayenne pepper. You can add any sort of herbs or spices to your popcorn to make it tasty and lovely. So if you're really interested in different ways to use popcorn, which is super easy to grow, really awesome and healthy snack and even dinner sometimes, you'll want to head to my blog and sign up for the new popcorn recipe ebook. Thanks so much for joining me today while I show you everything I know about popcorn and how we grow it and how we prepare it and how we enjoy it. It's been great cooking for you today. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. What do you think? Can you tell what kind it is?
It's not
You're right. You like it?
Yeah, it's better. On a fridge.
Yeah. Which kind do you think it is?
It was what?
The blue one? Think so? It's the white.
It's a white.
Yeah, it's white. Yeah. You're right. Is it good? Does it hit the spot?
Yeah.